Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to be filming the Aston Microphone ShootOut. As I previously mentioned, the one that we're going to use on the kick, it's going to be the Aston Stealth. So this is a end-address microphone. It comes with 4 voices, and the cool thing is that it can work either with phantom power or without, because if you engage phantom power, there's a little lovely purple halo LED that lights up on the base here to tell you that the phantom power is on. And if you're actually doing a lot of stuff with video, there's a little button on the bottom that you can actually turn the LEDs off. Now this does not turn the phantom power on or off, it's just to take the LED halo ring on the mic itself off if you're actually using this for video purposes, so that you don't have any strange glares or anything. So that will be going on the kick, and eventually we will do an episode just dedicated to the Aston Stealth, because it's a great microphone. It does have quite a few things that are peculiar to this particular microphone, and it's definitely worth talking about it. It's a great microphone for broadcasting as well, but you can also use it to record a whole bunch of different instruments, from voiceovers to vocals to kick drums, snares. So there's a lot to do with this, but we'll get back to that one eventually at a later stage. Now today the whole focus is on the Aston Element, the newest microphone to come out of the Aston stables. The Aston Origin, which is the very first microphone that came out of the Aston stables, and then the big brother, the Aston Spirit. Now, differences. Okay, 3 polar patterns, so it's a multipolar pattern microphone in this case. So you have cardioid, figure of 8, and omnidirectional. This one, the Origin, is only a cardioid microphone, so single polar pattern, and then now the Element is also a single polar pattern microphone. However, while these two come with a 1-inch gold evaporated capsule, this one comes with a Ridian capsule. So it's a brand new technology, but it's a great little microphone. Especially for the price tag, you cannot go wrong with this. So it's a side address microphone, because this is where it captures the sound, so on this side where the Aston logo is as well. The cool thing is you need to turn on phantom power to operate this little beauty, and when you do so, just like with the Stealth, that you have that lovely purple glow on the halo at the bottom. This one, you have a backlit Aston logo on the microphone itself that glows purple as well. So it's great, and I'm a massive Prince fan, and Prince, favorite color was purple, Purple Rain and all sorts. So for me, it's great. Now this microphone, they came up with it very recently, was released just last year, and the cool thing was that they actually enlisted the help of the general public to develop this particular microphone. Not only they used the original Aston 33 panel, which at the moment is actually over 90 people. It started out with 33, from top producers, engineers, front of house engineers, artists, to try their products. That started with the Origin and then moved on to the Spirit as well. But now that panel has grown, not only in the UK but worldwide, and it's over 90 members in that panel. But they actually enlisted the help of the public. I actually signed up to do it, which was quite a great experience, as well as other, I think it was about 4,000 people in total. So if we class 4,000, I was one of the 4,000. The cool thing is, this one comes with a shock mount. Unlike other shock mounts in the past, with the elastic bands all around and you have to crisscross and stuff, this one, there's no elastic bands. It's all a very lightweight but very sturdy, sort of like plastic composite, and it has 2 little latches on this side. You can see these 2. I'll then get some close-ups of this as well, that I will edit some possibly on this corner over here. And the side of the microphone has a little dent in there and another indentation there. So once you put the mic through, it's there, one on each side, and then you can actually, you can hear that nice click. Now from here, it's great, woo! you know, it's all over the place, but it does not come off. So it's quite sturdy, and it's a great microphone, very lightweight, like I said, side address, Ridian capsule, so it's brand new technology that they sort of developed. It requires phantom power to operate. The other cool thing on this one is, I'm going to take the shot mount on this one, is it comes with that, and that's a little pop filter. Now the cool thing is where you're going to set this up. Now this one is incredibly cool. There you go, it's set up. Perfect distance, about an inch away from your mic, and it's done. And it's just a little magnet, done. So it's incredibly cool to have this. And the cool thing is that, and I tried this earlier, it also sort of, this one doesn't have as much space unless you do it with a, let's try on the Spirit, because it had a bit more space. It doesn't particularly go now. It does have some sort of a grip, but it doesn't grip completely. But worry not, because the cool thing about the Spirit and the Origin is the fact that they also came up with some innovations when they were first released. First, direct mount to stand, so you can literally just screw this on a mic stand straight away without any shot mount. Now for some applications it might be slightly awkward, but don't worry, because Aston also thought about that and they've created a shot mount for these. To this day I still haven't felt the need to buy them, because I've managed to come across my applications and I didn't require a shot mount in this case. But other than that, it also comes with this waveform spring here. Now if I do this, there is a little bit of give in here. In some microphones you can see more than others. It's very slightly, but the cool thing is that you can actually feel, it's more of a feel thing than a visual thing, but there is a little bit of give on this spring, because the whole point is if you drop the microphone, this also absorbs a knock, so I can actually deform that, or if I do that on my knee, you can actually see that it's slightly deformed. Now, according to James Young, Aston CEO, all you need to do is roll it on a flat surface, or even with just your hands, get it back into shape, and there you go, it's back straight. And there's actually a really cool video of James hitting one of these microphones with a steel bar. And the microphone was still working at the end of it, and although it deformed, so he took the impact, absorbed it, and then they put it back into place, and the mic was still working as well. The other cool thing is this metal or steel knitted mesh inside. You can also see it a bit on the top. This also works as a pop filter. So if you do have let's say an artist that has very strong plosives, then you can actually use an additional pop filter. But for most applications, and I've recorded this with the singer in my band as well, and to be honest with you, that was more than enough. But if it is the case that you have a particular vocalist that does have, or a voiceover artist that does have strong plosives, you can actually use an external pop filter as well. Now with this one, with the Element, you know, the pop filter just clips onto it, it's a little magnet, and it's done and dusted. With the Spirit and the Origin, the shot mount that they created for it, they created just a shot mount itself, or there's another one which you have the shot mount and a slot where you can just put in the pop filter that comes with that particular shot mount as well. So they thought about you, they got you covered, and for such a young company compared to some other most well-known brands in the audio world, they have done incredibly well in the short period of time that they have been on the market. The body on these two, you can see it's quite different from that, and it's a stunning body. It's a 2mm piece of stainless steel, and what they do is it's laser cut, and then they put the bodies of the microphones in what can be described as, say, a tumble dryer, but it's a specific one. It's filled with other pieces of metal, and they tumble it for about 4 hours, and it gives this very nice rugged sort of look. I do have a key with me, yeah. And I'm actually going to do one thing that, again, Aston CEO James Young told me to. If I try to do this on the Stealth, on the Element, or any other microphone out there which is painted, this is not going to go down well. However, with this one, and that's a key, I'm going for it, but when you look at it, there's nothing there. And that's because of the treatment that the microphone bodies take. They take that abuse for 4 hours without a piece of metal being tumbled, and gives them this stunning and very smooth, sort of like industrial rugged look. And that's, you know, another thing which is really, really nice. At the back of it, it's laser etched, engraved in the back, with a sentence that it's literally Aston's motto, or, you know, has a company which is the art of audio. And on the origin, you do have a 10 dB pad on the left hand side if you're, you know, facing the logo, or on the right hand side in this case, and then it has a high pass filter on the opposite side as well. With the Spirit, because it does come with 3 polar patterns, in the center you have cardioid, then if you flick it to my right here now, you have omnidirectional. If you flick it then to the left, you have figure of 8, and then on the right hand side or left, if you're facing it, now you not only have a 10 dB pad like you would have in the origin, but you also have a 20 dB pad. So if you do have a really loud sound source, you can actually attenuate that by 20 dB. On the other side is literally just the same high pass filter, which is present also in the origin, and again in the back, laser etched, the art of audio. So these are the microphones that we're going to be using. The kick, I will treat it slightly, so we'll have a bit of EQ and a gate and a compressor and stuff. But the overheads, for the purpose of this shootout, it's just completely flat. There won't be any EQ in the mixer on these channels as well, which we're going to be using a PreSonus Studio Live 16.0.2, going into Studio One 5 Professional as well. And I just want you guys to experience the sound of these mics. This is not the sort of thing that we're going to say, this is better than that one is better than that one is better than... No, it's not a competition. It's just for you guys to see how they sound naturally. We can't go into this, you know, which one is better, because all of that is subjective. It depends on the person who's going to be using it. It can also depend on your signal path from, you know, are you using outboard gear, are you using a standard, you know, let's say 89 or 90 pound small format mixer. What is it that you're using it with? So the signal path from the mic pre's to everything is important. But in this case, you know, we're trying to be as open as possible. PreSonus Studio Live 16.0.2 Firewire mixer, that's one of the original ones. Now they have a USB model as well. Going into a late 2008 Mac Pro quad core, 3 gigahertz, running 32 gig of RAM, and also running PreSonus Studio One 5 Professional version. So that's all we're going to do. I will play on all 3 of them. The kit by itself, a little bit, just, you know, single hit, and then try and move a bit more on the kit, and then I'll do a little bit also playing to a backing track, and this going to be across all 3. They're going to be set up as you know, wide spacely pairs, so over the kit. I will just, you know, pan them hard left, hard right. But other than that, I might then on the master just do a little bit, put a bit of, you know, more room into it, has a bit of reverb or something like that, just to, you know, make it nice and tidy. But other than that, they go in flat, and we're just going to see the sound as they are. The reason why I also don't want to do a comparison in terms of which one is better is also because they are all at different price points. This one I think starts out at about 159 or 179 when it first came out. And you know, this one goes to 359 if I'm not mistaken with the Spirit. So there are different price points, so of course they will sound different, but it's just interesting to see how they all sound, and then you make your decision, and those decisions are normally made especially having budget in mind a lot of the times. So if you're happy, let's say, with the sound that this one will provide, then you know that's the one that you're going to go for. These two, they sound different. Even on the standard cardioid polar pattern, they do sound different because the circuitry is different, and there is quite a different sound to these models. But other than that, yeah, so this is what we're going to do. On the final video, you will have, you know, moving from one to the other and vice versa without any identification. And then later in the video, I start identifying, you know, the clips that correspond to each individual microphone. So at least you can have first just the 3 different mics without knowing which ones they are, and you can just hear it. And then at the end they will be identified, and then again you can make a decision based on that, or you can go back, is it really? But yeah, it will be. I have no ulterior motive to, you know, to trick anyone, so that's how we're going to do. But let's say if I start with that one and that one and then that one, will I put them like that in the sequence on the video? So that's what we're going to want to try and find out. I still don't know which one I'm going to go for first. So the kit that we're going to be using, by the way, might as well talk about that. It's actually this lovely Mapex Armory. Stunning colour. I'll put some more up close photos of it. It's in transparent walnut. Mapex should have never stopped making this finish because it's stunning. They do have stunning finishes even in some of the kits nowadays, but this Armory is really, really nice. The configuration, however, it's called the Studio Ease Fast, so it's shorter stack toms. It came originally with 10-7, 12-8, 14-12 floor and 16-14 floor, but in this case with a 22 by 20 bass drum. In here I actually have set up a 8 by 7 tom, which was custom made. I was actually lucky to contact Korg in the UK, who are the Mapex distributor, and they very kindly managed to still source me an 8-inch tom in this particular finish, which has been discontinued now for a few years. I might try and push my luck and see if they can actually do me a 20-inch bass drum as well. Unfortunately the Armory doesn't come, or they don't have an 18-inch model, otherwise I would also try for the 18. But yeah, so we're going to be using 8, 10, 14 with a 22 kick. Cymbals are all impression cymbals, so we're going to be using a Ride 20-inch, 18-inch crash, 16-inch crash, 14-inch China and 13-inch hi-hats. I will also put close-up photos, and I will then put the models and the series of the cymbals as well on the video. But yeah, so this should be fun, and it's time to set the microphones up, check levels. I will do everything at about -12 with the faders at unity, so at 0, because that way it gives us time and, you know, a bit of headroom to play about should we need to. So I'll see you in a bit from behind the kit. Okay, take care, see you.